Hello everyone, welcome to part 21 of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Got a few people to speak to.
Hey, remember the dragon we were talking about with the lords?
Which one? There were a few in that conversation.
The fire breather that was killing people. Veiljumpers sent word. She's in Arlothan Forest. Destroyed a village and turned it into her new lair. I've got the location from the Veiljumpers. We can go whenever you want.
Alright.
Do you remember, Rook, when I mentioned another ceremony I must perform at the Memorial Gardens? The time has come. I was hoping you'd accompany me again.
More grave lighting?
No, this would be a more personal visit. Whenever you've time.
Okay. Doing that next anyway. And we need to speak to Hardin, Neve, and Bella.
I heard from Cal Sharrock about the missing dwarves. Stalguard's one of them. I have to go help. They sent me maps of the area where the missing were last seen. It's a start. You're coming to help, right?
I promised I would.
I'm ready to go whenever you are. Let's not wait too long.
Alright.
I've got a meeting with the Threads.
The threads? What for?
I need leads on Aelia. I'm hoping they have something. Dharma said to invite you. Someone's on his good side.
Alright.
Well, he did worse than just try to kill me.
Really?
The guy stiffed me on the job. Those were good potions I used. Expensive, too.
Right, that makes sense.
Hey, Bellara. Seems like you're doing well with, Sorry, I'm intruding.
No, you're not intruding.
You can take my seat, Rook. I was just leaving. Belle, swing by when you get a chance. I found another set of papers for you.
Thanks, Nev. That's nice. Sorry, Rook. Not great company right now.
You just want to sit here quietly? That's fine. I can do quiet.
You're not very good at silence.
I'm great at most silences, just bad at awkward ones.
Fair enough.
Now for the part I'm not great at. Here I go. What's wrong, Bellara?
Nothing, Rook. Don't worry about it.
I asked, didn't I?
It's Syrian. You saw who he is, what he's become.
Yeah.
He's a monster, Rook.
But despite that, he's still your brother.
I would have done anything to get him back. Even join someone like that, like Anaris.
But you didn't. You turned them down.
I did, but Rook, it was hard. I wanted my brother back. I mean, before all of this, Syrian and I were the same. Inquisitive, driven, pushing ourselves. The search for the Natus Thalin, the archive, that was both of us, working together. I want to say I'll keep saying no, keep turning him down, but he's my brother. What keeps me from doing what he did?
You're not Syrian, Bellara. You're you.
And what if that's not good enough?
Then keep your evil to off hours. Replace Lucanus's coffee beans with hot peppers. Buy Nev a bag of wisp food. Hide Tasha's snacks.
You're not very good at being evil.
I'll work on it. I'm kind of making this up as I go.
Our team motto, pretty much.
Let's paint that on the side of the lighthouse.
I'm sure Solus would love that.
You good?
I'm good. Thanks, Rook. I'll see you later.
All right.
You return. Prepare for the hunt.
Running past me.
Enemies at range.
Don't know how you fire me through a wall, but you know. Just running past me. Didn't realize to be so far away. No?
Okay. Chakra to Ebra.
Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Did I miss something?
Since we're here to gather flowers for the dead, I thought I'd teach Manfred some plant names. But I just caught him attempting to wade into a rose bush.
Emmerich, how could you stay annoyed at that face? Skull.
Oh, Manfred. Whatever will happen to you if I pass on?
If
There's something I'd like to talk about. Do you know what a lich is, Rook?
Doesn't ring a bell.
A lich is a mage transformed into one of the undead while retaining their true, original consciousness. The idea fascinated me when I was younger. For years, I researched and experimented, spoke with spirits and mages. Then, eventually, I found them.
Who?
The Lich Lords of the Grand Necropolis. Necromancers before me who'd transformed themselves into true living dead.
Not everyone gets to meet their idols.
Oh, but I was nervous. The Liches are the great protectors of the Necropolis, bulwarks against forces that threaten creation. After years of tests and rituals, they granted me my desire, the right to attempt lichdom.
Hold on. If you become a lich, then all this flirting we've been doing...
I should hate to lose your company while I'm still mortal.
What would you being a lich be like?
A vast leap. Flesh cast aside for bone, returned immortal for all time.
So if we keep flirting afterward, you'll be a skeleton.
If we what?
I'm not ruling it out. Just asking.
Oh, I'd inform you before making any decisions to... Well, questions of lichdom are... Lichdom is an incredible honor. Immortality, prestige, the most hallowed ranks of the Watchers, as well as a chance to be of service past my allotted years. But there are considerations. Come, we have flowers to gather for the dead.
Okay, but I've got questions.
Blue creepvine. This will do nicely.
Emmerich, aren't most undead just random spirits inside corpses?
Liches are different. It wouldn't be a spirit acting in my name. My true consciousness would be housed in my departed flesh.
How?
The Order must keep some secrets. Moon blossoms, famed in verse and song.
Smells like perfume. Do liches have a sense of smell?
I've been told that while some of my senses will dull, others will become available. Other than that, I can't say if the flowers would still hold their bloom for me. Lichdom serves a purpose. There are dark things in creation, threats to both our world and the Fade. The Liches of the Necropolis have the insight and the abilities to oppose them.
And you're joining them. When?
Certain elements have held me back. There's no ready instructions for lichdom. The steps must be discovered on one's own over years to be fully understood.
Does the spell to become a lich kill you, or do you have to...
No, mercifully, that falls to another Watcher. After my death, my soul will be drawn back into my body instead of moving on to whatever lies beyond.
Right.
So, what's holding you back from lichdom?
Even with all my preparations, there's a chance I could die permanently during the rites. What cowardice! The promise of immortality, an end to all my fears, and the final veil stays my hand.
That's reasonable. Lots of people are afraid of dying.
Is it? When it keeps me from what I most desire? Traditionally, candidates for lichdom face one final sifting of the soul. If they avoid it, you saw my old colleague.
Hezenkos. She's a lich?
A half-lich, though that hasn't diminished her powers. Until I stop her plans, I won't possess the peace of mind for lichdom. Why don't you select the next flowers, Rook?
Sure. So what's a half-lich exactly?
Johanna attempted the rites of lichdom and failed. Stuck in her in-between state, she is supremely dangerous, but can't learn any new magic.
No wonder Hezenkos was shouting so much.
She's always been that way.
What about the sifting of a soul that Hezenkos avoided?
The spirits of the necropolis judge whether a candidate is worthy of the power and responsibility of lichdom.
How'd she become a lich without it?
I shared some knowledge when we were colleagues. She apparently put together more than I knew. It would be just like...
For a watcher, Hezenkos is pretty harsh on spirits.
We made allowances because of her discoveries. Too many. Spirits are not things to be disposed of.
You really care about them.
They're so susceptible to the world's whims, Rook. Some spirits are... For all she's done, I can't condemn Johanna for attempting lichdom. That freedom from mortality, that divorce from fear. And of course, time to read all of one's books.
Every mage's dream.
But how she's abused her abilities. We have enough flowers. There's something I'd like to show you. Here we are.
Oh, so these flowers are for...
Yes. If you could place them on the graves, please.
In memory of Rupert and Eleanor Volkaren. They walk eternity hand in hand.
After I became a watcher, I erected a proper shrine to my parents. When I come to talk, I like to think they listen. Well, don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
Rook, it's a pleasure. Do you remember your parents?
Some memories are bright. Others are akin to those dim, early morning dreams one gets sometimes. Lately, I wondered what they'd think of our current course. The choices ahead.
Your lichdom.
What would they have wanted me to be?
Happy with someone who cares for you.
Shroud's Kiss. I've always loved the legend around this flower. They say it grows on lovers' graves, and that one moves closer to the fade simply by inhaling its fragrance.
Is that true?
It is when I will it, my dear.
What else?
What a day of unexpected splendor.
Alright. Nothing else there.
The missing dwarves started their patrol here. If we retrace their steps, we'll figure out what happened to them. I hope. This way. And be on your guard. I don't know what we'll find here.
Sure, we've got this.
They were definitely here.
This is good. We're headed in the right direction. The entrance to the deep roads is through here. Let's go.
Wow.
I think there's a passage back here. Stand back. I'll move this rock aside.
That's really, really dark.
And it looks like the passage leads down.
Undead? Why are there undead things here?
The veil's been weird, and that usually means spirits. Angry ones.
Right. Fight now, explain later.
Looks dwarven. It might belong to one of the missing Kalsharok dwarves.
I think we need to head this way. Harding, do your thing.
This rock, it feels... Rook, I think there's someone in there. We've got you.
You. It's you.
Yes, it's me, Harding.
But you were... no, it couldn't have been. Oh, my head.
How did you survive in a rock?
That's your question? Right now?
I bet it's a dwarven thing. Children of the stone.
Our philosophers may have an answer, but I do not.
Can you tell us what happened?
We were on patrol. Stalgard thought he heard something. Someone weeping, he said. He left to investigate. Never returned. Soon we all started to hear it. The
weeping, the whispers. Something took me as I rested. A shadow tinged with red. The last thing I saw before suffocating darkness.
Just rest. You're no longer in danger.
Something's still out there.
But it's not after you anymore.
I understand. May the ancestors be with you.
We should keep going. I sense someone else close by.
Be careful. Trust nothing you hear. Trust nothing you see. And thank you, Harding.
I like how she doesn't have a name, she's just a wolf.
Stay here. You'll be safe. Come on. I know there's more missing.
Mining equipment. And it's old. Really old.
There's lyrium all through these rocks. I'm not surprised people tried to get at it.
Those scuff marks. That looks like someone was...
Don't want to think about it.
We have to find them. There's someone close. I think I can feel them. Keep looking.
And now demons?
We mentioned the veil being patchy. Because it's patchy.
I'd die in there. Thank you.
It's okay. You're safe now.
get there. Look, there's a way through here. Someone else is close by. Come on.
Alright. Back to where we're going. Go off the ledge.
You're safe now.
Harding, what's happening?
It means we're on the right track. Stay here. You'll be safe.
Locked. Harding, can you, Thanks, Harding.
That wasn't me, Rook. I didn't move that.
What do you mean?
I don't know what to tell you.
There's so much red lyrium. Isn't it dangerous?
We can worry about that later. It's coming.
think this is the last one. I think that's Stalguard.
Lace Harding, you should not have come.
You needed help.
You know, I tried to tell her, but she's a stubborn one.
Stubborn, yes. I will be forever grateful for this foolishness.
What happened?
The memory is clouded. I recall a cry in the shadows, and then nothing. I awoke in darkness, pressed against the stone. No room to even breathe. Time lost meaning. There was a voice in my ears murmuring in despair.
Well, I'll never sleep again.
Do you know what it was?
A shade. A rot within the stone.
And it's after me. The only way to stop it is to face it.
Don't. It will consume you.
You, mister, need to rest. I'll handle it. Farther in. That's where the Titan's heart is. That's where I have to go. That's where it ends.
The Titan's heart? Are we, in an actual Titan? How do you...
I just know.
You seem far too relaxed for someone about to face something that wants to eat you.
I'm terrified. Don't tell the others.
No.
I won't. Promise.
I'm ready.
Alrighty.
Red lyrium's usually blighted. This isn't that. It's just lyrium that's angry.
Yeah, that's fine
Do
then.
those crystals look kind of veiny? Or is it just me?
Over there. The heart. That's where I have to go. I don't understand.
Oh, well, that's new.
Look at me! Don't you remember? They broke us into 1,000,000 pieces, and this is all that's left!
Anger. And pain. My anger and my pain.
You cast me out!
I couldn't bear it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
They built their world on the wreckage of us. Vengeance is all we have.
Run!
What's she doing?
She'll bring the cavern down, or worse. We have to get to her.
Earthquake! Not great!
We are not leaving Harding. We can still get through to her. Harding, this has to stop. You'll kill us all.
Don't you understand? What they did? The elves ripped away our dreams so the earth would be still. Why should they thrive while we lie, broken and forgotten?
to stop, or you'll kill us all!
I told you to run!
We don't leave people behind!
I remember all of it. Everything the Avenures did to the Titans. And now the world will remember!
They silenced the Titans. They ripped out their souls. Your pain and your anger are justified, but don't let it control you. Make it yours.
You took everything from us. And you thought you won. But we're still here. We're different. But we're not gone. We will thrive in spite of you.
Made it evil. Why does my camera always do that? It's my hair or something. Fucking moves away.
That was intense. My mind's still clearing. Anyway, you ready to go?
Let's get you home.
Veilguard and the others are returning to Kal Shirak to spread word of what happened. They'll need to be strong in the coming days. We all will.
And I think you've proven your strength.
Me? Oh, I couldn't have done it without you. You can ask me how I'm feeling, you know?
How are you?
I was always afraid of my anger. I told myself it was better to be nice. And I pushed it aside. I pushed away the Titan's anger too. It festered and became destructive.
But now?
It's part of me. Like everything else I inherited from the Titans. I don't think I'll ever stop being angry. But I'm no longer afraid of it.
So what's next for you?
First, we stop the Elven Gods. And after that, well, one step at a time. See where it takes me.
Trust yourself. I do.
You're just a bottomless well of support, aren't ya?
Yeah, I try.
Oh, and I don't know if I said thank you, so thank you, Rook. I wouldn't be here without you.
Nice. I'm sure there you feel like a romance thing. You should kiss her and she'll be better. Some shit. Don't really speak to him, her, and him.
No. I had to kill a man once who did blood magic on nugs. 100 little pigs with hands came after me. All together in one big writhing ball. Have you ever tried to stab a ball of angry nugs? That was a bad job.
I've got a better one. You know what the Wandering Hills are named for? It's a monster. Big heap of red tentacles that crawls around, devouring everything in its path. The damn thing was a hillside, the eyes of a village. You try fighting a hill with a sword sometime.
How did you kill it?
Lamp oil. Everything stank of burnt tentacles for miles after.
If the two of you were gonna open a bottle, You might have told me first.
It's not a good bottle.
Might have to pick up a supply. I have a feeling we'll need it. Is anyone else hungry? Maybe I should cook something.
What about you, Rook? What's the worst job you've ever been on?
Nevin Harding didn't tell you about our hunt for Solus, then?
They don't tell it the way you would.
I mean, it ended with the elven god of lies in my head. Is that enough to win the worst job contest?
You joining us then?
Fine. I'll cook something, if Rook's staying.
Maybe just for a minute.
Rook's story first. Then Lucanus owes me one about this contract on a Bronto.
Mierda. That Bronto.
She felt it all over. Her attraction to the hero, a powerful but properly contained tingle, nearly exquisite. Properly contained. No, sounds bad. Okay, cut the middle line, much more natural.
What are you working on?
Oh! Rook! I didn't see you. What did you hear?
Enough to get a powerful but properly contained tingle?
That isn't, I'm not, Oh, you're joking, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
Nev found me more cereals. I've read them, all of them, multiple times. And I thought maybe I could try it, writing my own, I mean. Not like Varric Tethrist, but my own sort of thing. For me, and people like me. Something to focus on, besides Syrian and all of that. And you know, you're also interesting. It helps for inspiration.
Interesting is certainly a word we could use.
But it works. You're fighting ancient gods and everything. And you know the rest. It's impressive. What you've done, I mean, brought everyone together. You're a good person. Really.
Just don't tell anyone. I've got a reputation to uphold.
Right. Your secret's safe with me. But I'm probably not the only one, you know, who notices. People look up to you. And more are going to when this is over. Anyways, thanks, Rook. I'll talk to you later. Gotta finish this scene.
Rook, darling, I was thinking of spending an evening with just the two of us.
I'd like that.
Wonderful. I've made all the arrangements at the necropolis. We'll leave whenever you're ready.
Alright, let's go there. Mm-hmm.
How did you find everything?
Best meal I've had in a graveyard.
One advantage of being senior staff is requisitioning the kitchen's better cooks.
You did that just for me?
I'd hoped the evening might impress. The amount of work on you worries me, Rook. Responsibility exacts a toll on the body.
I have been more tired lately.
More so than you might even realize. I do ask that you at least avoid putting pressure on that stiff left wrist.
That's a little stiff. Impressed you spotted it.
Well, I am familiar with the finer points of anatomy. It's good we made time for this. A couple should get to know one another in comfort.
Time to dig into our feelings?
I'd be delighted if the mood moves you.
Devastating charm aside, what do you like about me?
Apart from the compliment of your interest?
Come on.
Darling, it's gratifying a fresh-faced adventurer noticed me at all. And your spirit does charm, but there's also something quite indomitable about you, Rook. It inspires.
Ah, thanks. What's your favorite color?
Well, can I only choose one?
Let me guess. Black? Green? Yellow, but like a bone yellow?
Lilac.
Of course you went to a flower.
It's such a pretty shade of purple. It brings thoughts of spring. And what's your favorite shade of color?
I like red. White.
It's white.
White's not a color.
Fine, it's my favorite non-color. White like fresh snow or lilies or the moon.
Well, the imagery is lovely.
This is one of the more romantic dates I've been on.
How wonderful. I was afraid I'd lost my touch. Between work and research and teaching Manfred, there hasn't been time lately for company.
How lately?
No one's serious for a few years. Apart from that, I'd prefer we leave the past be.
All right. Stay a man of mystery. Anyway, should we enjoy the garden?
Certainly. They're wondering what we're up to. Wisps are ever attracted to the gardens.
Like you?
The Fade is close here. As are spirits I count as guides and friends. Beyond that, I feel there are mysteries past our comprehension. Something beyond the weft of magic or deepest Fade. When I'm fortunate, I spy suggestions of them here.
Like when you're out looking at stars and you stare so long you're dizzy?
Yes, the indefinable, tipping its faintest reach into ourselves.
Totally what I meant.
Sometimes, my dear, I think you indulge me.
When I'm in the mood.
Others hell dogs act astounding.
If you got a job for me, let me know. There's dangerous fanatics, then there's Alia. She's loose in Docktown, and we're in the dark.
What's the plan?
The Threads and Alia's Venatori are at war. That might slow Alia down, but until I know her plans, I need to hear whatever information the Threads pick up.
What about Rana? Can she help?
I told Rana that Alia's back. She needs the warning. As for help, Rana wants to be an example. Not sure where that goes anymore.
Was there a time we were sure of things?
No, and that's only become more true.
Docktown's protected. What can the Threads do for you?
Alia's a pain for both of us. Let's talk.
We know people in this town. Neighbors. When they don't turn up on the rounds, we notice. Alia used the Threads for dirty work. Stolen relics, muscle, spies. These people, they disappear.
And you don't know where to.
Alia's good at covering her tracks. That's why you're here. I've got names of missing people, including those hardly anyone noticed yet. All yours, no catch.
No catch. Now that's friendship.
Isn't it?
This is war. We find Alia, we kill her. Give the cult something to think about. You find her, you do the same. Docktown's ours.
To Docktown. From the people who breathe it, bleed for it, no one's got its back like we do.
To whatever it takes.
And then some. I knew I liked you.
To home.
All right. There we go. You're the one closest to it.
All right. The dragon's a fang scorcher that attacked villages. We're close to her lair.
This shouldn't be too bad, right? We fought 2 dragons at once in Hossberg.
The dragons we fought in Hossberg were being ordered around by the gods. They were attack dogs. This is a wolf, a big wolf, fighting in her own territory. Be ready. This is your first real dragon fight.
You said she attacked villages. Are we dealing with another attack in a city like Treviso or Minrathous?
No. Something got her to start hunting a ways off.
Something like what?
Dunno. Hoping we find out while we're here. But right now, focus on taking her down before she kills anyone else. Including us.
You said the dragon's a fang scorcher. What are they like?
Fire breather. Related to the Ferelden Frostback. Think of her like the dragon version of a bobcat or a fox.
It's a little larger than a bobcat.
I mean, she's small and sneaky for a dragon. Attacks with fire from a distance to soften up her targets. And she's mean. Scorchers hold a grudge longer than my mother.
I'm ready. How do we start?
First rule, shut up so the dragon doesn't hear us.
Got it.
Stay in the trees as long as you can. It's gonna get hot when she sees us.
Hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Hey. You ready for this? The dragon's a lot different from the corpse stuff you usually fight.
I'm roughly familiar with their overall anatomy. Navarra has a storied tradition of dragon hunting.
So storied they nearly killed all the dragons in that part of the world.
Well, yes. Admittedly, most of my knowledge comes from preserved specimens.
Hang on. Something's off with that crap up ahead. Let's go up through there on the left instead.
Will it do the thing where it flaps its wings and makes a whirlwind?
Maybe.
What about shooting its tail spikes like arrows?
Dragons don't do that.
Did you hear that?
Everyone heard that. Hunting call. Spooks prey, so they bolt out into the open.
I felt it all the way down to my toes.
Yeah, it tingles. Wait. Antam.
What business do the Antam have in Arlathan Forest?
No idea. But they were setting an ambush.
Well, they certainly didn't reckon with your keen sense of smell.
Come on. We can circle around. Hit them where they're not expecting us.
An excellent hit roll. An attack from afar.
Everyone all right?
What did the Antam mean? They knew I'd come for the Fang Scorcher? I only came because she attacked villages.
Maybe they baited it into attacking the villages somehow to lure you out here.
For someone named the Dragon King.
Stupid. Let's look around. I need to know what's going on. Bastards! They're the ones who've been capturing dragons and blighting them. Turning them over to Gillinane in exchange for power. Hisra Marluk Voshvatari Brock! We knew the Antam were involved. Now we know it's the Dragon King. That's who we find and kill. We can get to the Fang Scorcher's lair up through there. Whenever you're ready.
Alright. Go.
She's breathing flame!
Use cover on the left! Move! All right, she knows we're here. That means quick beats quiet. Stay clear of the fire. It's like oil. Gets on you and keeps burning.
We're on top.
Get back!
What are you doing? What are you doing, my boy?
Enemies at range. Got it ready for you. All clear. Loosen the lid for you.
Distance!
Bitch.
Chakra Toebra. Chakra Toebra. Today, you're dragon slayers. Now let's see what she had in her lair. Probably that big building over there. Let me know when you're ready to get out of here.
Good if I was actually doing fire, but I'm not. Good neck though.
Just tell me when you're ready.
Let's head out now. Trophy from the Fang Scorcher?
She was a good fight. You gonna be a big dumb puppy every time we hunt a dragon?
I'd love to tell you no, but realistically... At least I'm being honest. When you were standing over the dragon, you said something. Chakra Toebra. It's the same thing your mother told you. You struggle the way you are?
You must struggle with what you are. It's what she told me when I was a kid. Still does, so I don't let the dragon out.
Meaning your fire breath?
It's not just about the fire. It's about how stuff makes me feel. What I do when I'm angry.
So you've got a bit of a temper. You haven't set Emmerich on fire yet? That I know of.
It's not just a temper. I can get this rage where I just have to break something and I can get stuck in arguments, needing things to be a certain way. The Antam would have turned me into a berserker, breathing fire across the battlefield, killing anything in my way. I don't want to be that.
Tosh, you can't be afraid to feel things.
No, weren't you listening? It gets too much.
You can control what you do about those feelings, yeah, but that doesn't mean pretending you don't feel them. You are Kunari. You have the discipline to use those feelings when they help you and control them when they don't. I mean, we just killed a dragon thanks to you. How hard can anything else be after that?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Think I'm ready to talk to my mother about who I really am.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just killed a dragon. How hard can talking to my mother be after that?
Hell.
Might invite her to the lighthouse. Maybe that way she doesn't spend the whole time talking about that old tablet.
I'm still a little concerned about whoever sent the Antam. They mentioned the Dragon King?
Yeah. The asshole who's capturing dragons and blighting them for Gillinane. I'll ask Isabella to look for him. Still a stupid name. Dragon King. Dragons wouldn't have kings. They'd have queens.
The trap had failed. The Fang Scorcher was dead. But the Dragon King was a patient hunter. All he needed was a little help from a trader in the Lords of Fortune to set a new trap. And the bait was sure to bring Tosh running.
Wow. Okay.
Careful with that.
But of course.
It's the only lead I've got.
My dear Davron, I'll be as careful with this cloth as if it were burial silk from the Storm Age. And this will be so instructive for Manfred. Ah, Rook, just in time.
The two of you together? This looks like trouble.
The beginnings of it, we hope.
That piece of cloth I tore off the Gloomhowler back at the cauldron still has some of its blood on it.
And now, through the application of necromancy, perfected by the Morn Watch through years of meticulous...
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what the Gloomhowler is.
Rather, discern its nature.
How?
By setting it on fire?
Patience. To discern, one must sometimes destroy. Ah, yes, of course. How interesting.
What is it?
It says this was elven blood. This was a person.
What? But it howls.
A corrupted person. Not always a monster. And something else. Deathsel. I'm unfamiliar with the meaning.
An elven word. For covenant. Like a promise. Or a blood oath. I think I get it. An elf who took a vow. Then gets blighted. An elf who knew about griffins and warden's secrets.
Almost as if...
It was a warden.
Hunting a monster is one thing, but a warden gone bad? What'll it do to the griffins?
It kept talking about saving them. Something else is going on here. I'll put out the word, call in favors, see who might know more. But thanks for your help, Emmerich. You, discerned well.
My pleasure.
Alrighty. Have you seen that?
Supper in Docktown?
You're actually taking a break?
I've got leads to chase on Alia and Docktown's missing people. A few sources will only talk if I'm alone. But if you're around after, you help me uncover all this. Supper's on me.
Sure. Count me in.
Alrighty.
This is where we eat.
I see.
Shathan, it's good to see you again.
My child wished to show me where she now lived.
I made food. Here, Iskap. Made it myself.
You remember the recipe on your own?
You've been hammering it into me for 20 years.
It could use more ginger.
Whatever the Kuhn demands.
Evitash has never been interested in Kunari traditions before now.
I assumed you'd be happy about that.
Is this your influence? Or that of the followers of the Qun?
The followers of the Qun?
Are you Ben Hasrath? Is this a plan to lure her back to Parvalin?
Neither. Thank you for asking.
Then why have you pushed her to this?
First, I didn't push Tosh to anything, and second, I thought you'd be pleased to see Tosh showing interest in Kunari heritage.
Evitash is a Dari. I removed her from Parvalin for a reason.
But all the lessons, all the Kunari culture...
An error on my part. I was never taught how to be a mother. Under the Qun, children are raised by those suited to such pursuits. I trained as a scholar. I was taught to think critically, to analyze without passion, and correct mistakes. You need not tell me that I am an inadequate mother. I am aware.
Then why did you leave?
When I see my child in danger, I act.
Here's the ginger.
Thank you.
So, I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary.
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
If this is because I have criticized your dress or your manners...
It isn't!
Under the Qun, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a Qunathlok. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Evitash, Chakra Toebra.
So I'm supposed to struggle with who I am? Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
No, you misunderstood.
Then say it better! Why am I never enough for you?
I will go. Thank you for inviting me to your home. Panahedan.
Tosh, I am so sorry.
No. It's okay.
Tosh.
I'm not hiding anymore. How she takes it is her problem.
You sure?
Yeah. Come on. Don't let food go to waste.
Damn. There we go.
Threads came by to pick up their wine shipment. Butchered the castle.
Well, I'm late. Tried grabbing something from Hal's on the way, but the fish fry's not running. So much for supper.
What have you been doing?
Chasing leads. On Alias Venatori, Darktown's missing people, and anything that might come close.
Find anything?
Plenty. Something I can use is another story. So here we are. I'm out of leads, and you're at that supper I promised.
Well, we've got at least one witness. Want to question him? How about a break? We can still do that, right? A short one can't hurt.
Yeah, maybe. I could use a walk. And some rocks. You up for it?
Rocks?
Yeah.
Alright.
So, rocks. Look for good ones.
You were serious about this.
You'll see why. Still think the cat has answers?
You never know.
Just a cat.
Why are we doing this?
You know what they say. Leave no stone unturned.
Really?
No.
Seriously, do you ever take breaks? Real ones?
What do you call this?
Picking up rocks? And I'll bet the coin in my pocket you're thinking of work.
It's hard not to. Look at Docktown. But I was also thinking of fried fish.
Then I out. But you half the coin.
Why do you have a rocks then? Okay.
All right, time to put these rocks to use. Come on.
How we doing?
With the rocks or in general?
Let's stick with the rocks.
In that case, so far so good.
A win for us.
I guess it is.
Liope, you still going?
Cassis doesn't have anyone else.
Flyers won't do much.
I don't have a lot of work.
Over here. I'll take you to my usual spot.
Fancy.
Isn't it?
Is this what you do when you're out of leads?
I'd look over my notes, but I've got them by heart. I just need to clear my head.
You ever figure out how? Let me know.
Sure thing. You can't count on a lot here. When I started, I wasn't going to save Minrathus, never mind Thedas. But if I could take a job and follow through, well, maybe people could count on me. But at the end of the day, what have I done? What sticks? Venatori everywhere, Aelia waltzing back into town. I'm fighting, Rook. Sometimes it feels as though the city itself stabbed me in the back.
I'm here to help.
I know. But getting mixed up in my problems, it's not the smart play. Rana's partner, Brahm. Where did it leave him? Where does it leave you?
Side by side with Nev Gallus. Like you are, for me.
You know you're a sap, right? She was there. We didn't see her.
This worked.
Maybe. Huh. Willing to chase a long shot? We need to get to the spillway.
Alright.
You've got something on Aelia?
She was there. We just didn't see her.
At this spillway?
At the relic deal. When Aelia controlled Damas, she mentioned Bataris and the stolen relic. Why bring that up? Why would she care?
Do you think she was involved?
Or one of her puppets. She's been careful, but there may be something to pick up at the site. A witness. Anything.
So we're returning to the scene of the crime, where we fought Bataris?
It's just a hunch, but it's the best I've got.
Let's check it out.
Why not?
What's the plan?
Bataris had a red lyrium relic. Those don't play nice with the Veil. The Viper left me. Remnants fade with time, but if we got here soon enough...
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Remnants. We've got them.
Fainter than the ones we found before, but I'll see what I can draw out. Let's take a look. You got it. Echoes of greed, pride, our Venatori, Bataris. I'm on it. The thread smuggler. But this feels scrambled. Two people's thoughts in one source. She wasn't a traitor. She was a puppet. Aelia moving goods to her followers. Look there. There's more. By the waterfall. We're close to something. I can feel it.
Skipping stones really worked.
I guess some of my plans pan out. This one's afraid. A witness? Someone else showed up too, after we left. If I can pull out more of an echo, a memory...
So Nev Gallus is back. Tell me what you saw.
Nothing, I swear.
Aelia.
No. In my head. Stay out.
A bystander? They must have seen the fight.
Then Aelia showed up.
Tell me, would you see this city rise? Be a thrall in service to its glorious rebirth?
Thrall? No,
Silence! Your will
belongs to the Venatori.
All that talk of saving Tevinter, is this what it looks like?
The risen god will unlock my true power. He's given me Vina Vitalis. We start here.
What's Vina Vitalis?
A rumor, an old Tevinter ritual to increase blood magic. Fake accounts appear on the black market. The real records were burned by magisters. It scared them. But if Aelia follows Elganon, if he could give her the trick, the Venatori are in power, but Aelia wants total control.
A blood ritual. Then the missing people... It's a lead.
But where? When? Who else does Aelia break before I track her down?
Nev?
This place means something to me. But what am I to it if I can't...
Minrath has failed before, not you. This time, we stop Aelia for good. Venatori who threatened Docktown? They've got Nev Gallus to fear.
She won't make it easy.
People's lives are at stake.
Aren't they always? I'm a sucker, Rook. Getting caught up in all this. Bad habit.
Then it sounds like nothing changed.
Is that pep talk?
It's a fact. I was going for simple. Next up, we find Aelia.
Right.
And after that, we kick her ass.
Alrighty.
Storm Riders get really possessive about their hordes. She'll be tracking the scent of anything that got taken.
Looks like they're talking about a dragon. Cataranda?
Cataranda the Storm Rider. She's bad. She's real bad. Breathes lightning, like the Vincimer.
The Vincimer was kind of friendly, though.
Cataranda isn't. She is a bad dragon.
Alright.
Hey, sweet. Thing.
You don't seem happy about your brother.
Well, sort of, but also not. It's complicated.
You thought he was dead. Now he's alive.
Which is good. That he's not dead, I mean. But it's not him. Well, it is, but he's working with Anaris. It was easier before. I could think of the good things. Now he's back and I have to, I don't know, fix him?
He's alive. That's a start.
I hope so. No treasure here. Maybe in the wreckage over there?
I'm on it. Nope again. Gotcha. Nope again. All right.
Trouble coming. Oh, is it
Is anyone past them? Fuck it. Yeah, I know. I am fully aware of that game.
Cataranda threw that ship.
Looks like something took the treasure and buried it. Careful ahead. Good one. Good shot.
It's gonna be that one, it's further away. Yeah.
Nice one.
What? It flew off with the treasure.
Dragons aren't the only ones who like to collect anything shiny.
Oh, what if we gave it a coin? Would that be a fair trade?
We have to pay you? I feed you breadcrumbs every week. Got it.
What? How?
Ask any questions. That's all I gotta say. I just need to know what direction it is. There's one down here. And then there's one down here. Okay. Oh, there. More help.
Nope. Nothing. Nope again.
Only in this direction. Let me fucking land. Jesus Christ, man. Jump! You an idiot.
Let's see if it burns.
Jesus Christ, man.
This is all of the treasure stolen from Cataranda.
Let's get to the beach where I lured the Vinsimer. Plenty of open space for a good fight. And be ready with poisons. Lightning dragons are more sensitive to poison than most.
I don't need poison. What are you talking about?
Everyone get ready.
Alright.
All
Then if I can get a shield.
Ready.
Got him ready for you.
Kill me.
Good fight! We just took down Deathstorm the Storm Rider. We are drinking for free tonight.
And look! There's treasure caught in her scales.
Yep. Storm Riders carry around bits of their... hoard. I think maybe they get worried when it's not with them.
All right. I got a talk. And he's got a mission.
Quite a collection, huh?
Is that Zara Renata? This place isn't big enough to keep every corpse you guys find.
Zara spoke to Ilario before she died. Emmerich can talk to the dead. I have to know.
I wouldn't have offered my skills if I thought it was unsafe. Let flame rekindle your sight. Let breath and light rise again. Tell us about Ilario della Morte.
Martyrs. He fooled us both.
Elaborate.
You took what he wanted most in this world. More than coin, pleasure, family.
The title of First Talon.
If that's what he wanted, why imprison you? Why not just kill you? No offense.
It's a fair question.
Death was the original plan. But this one doesn't waste those with potential.
And Katerina? Did Ilario hire you to kill her?
No.
Ilario used blood magic to control spite. How? He's not a mage.
Our risen god gives many gifts.
Elgranon? Ilario's working with Elgranon?
Her spirit strong. Haste would be appreciated.
Let her go. We've heard enough.
Well, that was pretty damning.
Ilario has much to answer for.
In blood, if nothing else.
What are you gonna do?
Take away everything from him.
Dum dum dum.
Rook, something's come up. Evka dug around and found us someone who knows more about the Gloomhowler.
Anything useful?
Our new friend wants to talk in person. Figured you'd want to come along for this one.
Alright. There we go. Oh, this way.
Thanks for tagging along, Rook. Those feelers I put out about the Gloomhowler turned up something. Evka, I got your message.
I figured you'd want to hear this. This is Davrin and Rook. You can trust them.
What's your name?
You're in a town full of Grey Wardens. It's probably the safest place in the world right now.
How can we help?
My name's Valia. When I heard about Weishaupt, what happened, I once trained to be a Grey Warden, but I left before the joining.
It's not for everyone.
It wasn't that. I'm the one who found the griffin eggs before they hatched.
I've got about 1,000,000 questions. But why come to us now?
I knew some of the wardens who were caring for the griffins, Remy and Lancet. I think I know what killed them.
The Gloomhowler. It's a Grey Warden, isn't it? An elf.
But that's all we know.
Yes. Her name was Isaiah. I found her diary. She was a mage. She blighted all the griffins during the Fourth Blight.
What?
Upon direct orders from the First Warden at the time. She had no choice. This was centuries ago.
Why would they do that?
In her diary, Isaiah said the Blight was going badly. The Wardens couldn't win. They turned to blood magic. The Griffins fought harder, longer.
I see where this is going.
Isaiah didn't want to do it, but orders were orders. It won the war.
But then...
The Griffins became rabid. They turned against the Wardens.
So then the First Warden turned against them.
He ordered them all destroyed.
That's why they're extinct.
I can understand why this Isaiah is so pissed.
She felt betrayed by the Wardens, forcing her to do it. As penance, she hid the remaining eggs with a protective spell. I followed the clues and found them.
That was 400 years ago. She shouldn't even be alive.
Her last entry said she left for her calling.
Then she's probably in the deep roads. Blighted. Twisted.
Hassan? I was there the day you hatched. You've grown.
Careful. He's a shameless flirt.
That's because he's such a pretty boy, isn't he? I remember feeding him gingerwort truffles as a baby.
So you're the reason Davern's been hunting mushrooms instead of monsters.
Anything for the prince.
I don't see a crown on your head yet, boy.
There should be. Griffins give the Wardens hope. Something to rally around after Weishaupt. Please find his brothers and sisters, whatever it takes. We owe them so much.
Count on it.
Stay safe, Hassan.
This is good information, but it still doesn't tell us where the Gloomhowler is.
No, but the other wardens will keep looking. The Gloomhowler is Saya. Can't hide forever.
Wow.
Hey Dad, you know those containers you made for some of the wardens joining you?
One side mission here.
Yeah.
Can we make one for the tradition?
Rook, I'm Sawyer. Watch your back out there.
What's going on?
Mercenaries. They're taking advantage of the Blight and looting what was left behind. They attack wardens on sight even as we're fighting all this. A scout saw torches headed towards the redoubt. If they manage to break into the cauldron, there's dangerous relics out there and blighted weapons, and those mercenaries would sell to the highest bidder.
Can't let that happen. If I can stop them, I will.
We'd be in your debt, more than we already are.
Yeah.
What about the wardens?
Light's distracting.
Mercenaries.
No witnesses. Take whatever's on them. Profit works for me.
I'm gonna fight you.
Warden Sawyer was right. They're after whatever they can steal, and they're willing to kill for it.
We can't let this stand.
Watch ahead.
You'll pay for that.
This isn't the last of them.
We're getting good at this.
I'm
That's it for the mercenaries.
Good. The Wardens have enough on their minds as it is.
We should tell Warden Sawyer. Sawyer, the mercenaries you mentioned, we stopped them.
Thank the Maker. Anything they took from the locals, we'll see returned. As for what belongs to the Wardens, some of that may be better destroyed. We'll see to that, too.
Greta said thanks for the repair job.
Wasn't a problem.
Evka, Antoine, you needed help with something. Is this about your studies?
Look at the blight here. The world dies like this if we do nothing. We need a deeper understanding of how it behaves. I have theories, but...
Something's wrong.
We've been keeping Darkspawn away from Lavendel, but those have been packs. What's heading for us now is a small horde. We push it back, or the locals wind up dead.
We can't lose now. This whole place would be a grave.
You can see why we had to change focus.
Where do things stand now?
Every warden will put themselves between Lavendel and the Blight. But we'll be spread thin around the village. There's only so many of us. We need to make that work.
Your plan to get us through is a good one.
I gave advice and people listened.
You credit yourself too little.
I have a feeling he's right.
Fine. I'm great, the plan's great. Let's hope we don't die.
You are, it is, and agreed.
So what now? What can I do?
There are sentries equipped with horns stationed around the village. Those horns are sounded when an attack begins, and again if backup's needed. That lets us focus our numbers. I need you to check with the sentries. Make sure they're ready.
I'm on it. We can do this.
All right. Take that can-do spirit to the rest.
Check back with us when you're done with the sentries.
We can hold off the smaller packs for a while, but there's no going back once the horde hits.
Come on, let's check on the Warden's sentries.
Evka and Antoine.
Well, look who it is. Name's Warden Augustin.
Evka sent me. How are things here?
The Darkspawn aren't on us, but they will be. I can feel it. And you go where the fight is, don't you? Tell Evka I'm ready. We'll hold Lavendel.
Alright.
Hey, Evka wanted me to check in. Are you ready?
I am. The Darkspawn won't win this one.
Not on our watch.
We took those dragons, we'll take this too.
Evka sent me. How are things here?
Evka's plan is sound. We'll stand together and see it through. We won't fail.
Tell Evka we're ready.
We should get back to Evka.
Nothing we can do. I think we have hope.
This village. It has to make it.
Evka has a plan.
Evka, the sentries are ready.
Good. Are you?
Yeah.
That's a horn. The Darkspawn are here.
That's coming from the glade.
Let's move. We can't let them break through to the village.
Lavendel's the only place that's still alive out here.
We make sure it stays alive.
We're not off the hook yet.
There's more! We've got to hold the line!
You gotta move!
They're down, but there's more fight left out there.
All right, be ready for the next call. We could check on the caves. See how the fight is there. Or head to the farmlands.
Right.
Off one of these bullshit. Not worth it.
Rook! We've got things covered here. Grab supplies if you need them.
Thanks.
They're here.
Yeah, I'm coming.
The horn! That one came from the gate.
Come on! This is it. They can't break through.
Get clear.
ready, Rook.
You have to move.
On the way. Good. I'm all warmed up.
Thanks for having my back.
You took more than your share. Antoine?
What is it? Something evil. A strange calling in the blight.
Something to look into.
Yes. But that's what we do. And today, we won the day.
He's right. Take that with you. When the next thing comes, we'll handle that too.
It's in here too.
You're sure?
It's faint, but yes.
Is something wrong?
Yeah, but first you deserve some thanks. Lavendale is safe.
They still need our protection, of course. But we won this fight together.
Thanks to Evka's plan.
If we're giving Evka credit, then I won't argue.
Fine. Credit taken. Now, as much as I hate changing the subject...
Right. Antoine, you sensed something strange. What was it?
The Blight's song wasn't just strange. At first I heard the gods. But now... there's something else. And it's here, in the wetlands. It pulses. Weird. Pulling somewhere dark. It sounds... I don't know. Pleased?
What does that mean?
We don't know yet.
Likely nothing good.
So you have a target, but not enough details. I've had contracts like that.
What? Ah, yes. You can relate.
To a point. I can guess based on people's nature, but this...
is something entirely unknown. We need more time to study what the new song means, and where it leads.
And you can't listen to it all the time. We don't know what it is.
Evka, but yes, we have many different tests to run. Remember to visit Rook. We'll have results eventually.
Until then, stay safe.
I'll try, but, you know, can't promise anything.
Antoine, what's on your mind?
It's like there's a pattern in the Blight, and no pattern at all.
See if anyone has anything to say. They do again. Oh, 2 more missions to pick up.
I don't understand why you're bringing so many books.
Well, I don't see what your objections are to my taking a canopy.
We're only going for 2 days.
You've hardly brought more than a flask and a bedroll.
Should I send a search party out for you two in a couple of days?
No.
No.
Of course not.
Emmerich wants to see more of Ferelden, so we're going camping. But he's treating it like we're going to an academic thing.
An expedition can have its earthly comforts.
You want to bring a shaving kit in the woods.
My dear Harding, a gentleman is never without a brush and a razor.
The whole point of going to the wilds is to get away from all that. So what if you get muddy and smell a little bad?
One can enjoy the scenery while remembering to bathe.
Emmerich, you always look good. And you can tell me all about the trip when you get back.
Of course, darling. It is only 2 days after all.
Exactly. So why are you packing a dressing gown? I don't understand the gown.
Harding, does it really matter if Emmerich brings 8 books?
9, actually.
And Emmerich, so what if Harding is fine sleeping on dirt?
Not all the time. Okay, Rook, I know. This trip's supposed to be fun.
I really have looked forward to you showing me more of your home, Harding.
Me too. Oh, and I'll make us sandwiches.
Ah, your famous ham and jam slam?
Well, yam and jam slam because you don't eat meat. So I'll use yams.
How thoughtful. Thank you, Harding.
Oh. Going to speak to him and him. And then we'll probably end this part after we spoke to them too. It's quite a long part, 2.5 hours. But I got a bit carried away, so, you know. It happens.
Hey, Rook. I was planning to take us on to the woods in Arlington soon. Want to keep us company?
Sounds good to me.
Hassan will be glad to hear it. Needs to stretch his wings.
Hey, Rook. Come to stare into the fire. I've heard that helps people think. Can't say I've had luck with it.
Rook, you're here.
Is something wrong?
Biago and Dea sent word. They have information about Ilario. Whatever it is, they wish to speak away from Treviso, away from anyone who might be listening. They won't put more to paper. I need to meet with them as soon as possible.
Alright. But anyway, that's going to be it for part 21, and I'll see you next time.